we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
Ooh, it feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good. It's that day, baby. It's that day. So the NFL started for a lot of people on Thursday.
Oh, and that was
but
a
not for
hellified
us.
game.
Not for
us.
that was a great game.
That
was a great game. But
hey, shout out to them Lions, dog. Shout out to you Lions. Y'all went into KC. A lot of people was feeling y'all. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. I've been wanting the Lions to be good for a long time because I've been tired of them just be getting their butts kicked every single year. You feel me? But when they got Dan Campbell as a coach, he played with them Cowboys. We got to see him up close and personal. He's just got that type of thing where you'll follow him. And shout outs to them going into KC and getting that big victory. That's the way you kick off an NFL season for real.
As ignorant as I may sound, I actually didn't know he used to play for the Cowboys. That's actually news to me. So now I don't want the Lions to be good. Look at that. You just ruined it for me.
That's right. That's why they're good.
But y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, here with my brother from another big game, James, man. It's another episode of Best of Enemies, a special time. We usually do this Saturday at 10 o'clock, but we figured why not? Why not do it on a game day? Because that's what it is. Game day, opening day for the boys and for the Eagles, the returning NFC champions. But no, I'm feeling good. Say again.
Not Super Bowl champions.
Not yet. This year, though. Okay. This year. My intro says time to get Jalen this ring, and I was talking about this year.
And we're saying the time is now. The drought is done.
Hey, y'all need to end that drought. Right. That drought been a long time.
Same way y'all ended that drought in 50-something years. Y'all took forever to win that drought. Hey, I gave y'all props. 2017, y'all finally ended the drought. It took y'all 50-something years, and now y'all like the Cleveland Cavaliers when they won championship in 2016 with LeBron James. Yeah, y'all are.
The Cavs are never like they're never competitive. The Eagles are always competitive.
Now the Cavs was competitive when they had LeBron James.
Yeah, they had it.
And
so Jalen's LeBron? Is that what we saying right now? Is that we got a hot take?
Hey, LeBron, hey, they say LeBron be choking though.
This is gonna be a big year. This is gonna be a big year for both of us. I mean, look, the Eagles obviously have a team that they feel like this should be a Super Bowl team, right? This should be a team that goes and wins the Super Bowl. And you guys do as well.
Yeah, so do we.
But you guys have a little bit more riding on it, I feel like.
We do.
If you guys don't,
y'all can't regress though, big dog. Y'all can't regress.
No, definitely.
Y'all got the same thing we do. We got the same thing. Oh yeah, it's the same thing every year. Big game Giants, Cowboys. We say, yeah, we hear it. That's okay. But every year it's a new year. So no matter what anybody says, it's a new year to change the minds, change the views, change the thoughts of everything. And then on your end, hey, y'all went to the Super Bowl, but you didn't win. So y'all trying to get back. Y'all can't have regression because if y'all have regression, a lot of people might say that's fluky. So y'all just have just as much pressure as we do, big dog.
I think the Eagles have to at least make it back to the championship game. You got to get back to the NFC championship game. I mean, Super Bowl is lofty for everybody. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, I think that this team is good enough to make it and I think good enough to win. But you have to at least make the championship game, in my opinion, or else, I'm going to be looking at it like, damn. Like, come on, guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? What happened last year? But at the end of the day, I think both teams are in good positions. I think that you guys have a good team. You know, you added players at the positions that you needed. Yeah, all right. Y'all added players. You know what I'm saying? Y'all added players.
2 straight years. That ain't all right.
Hey, we're great. We're 14-3 last year. This year, we're going to go 13-4. Huh?
What was the year before the 14-3?
We made the playoffs, so
what was your record though? Say it.
It was 9-7. It wasn't.
Okay, so y'all weren't great. We had
learning.
2 back 12 year seasons. Y'all had 14-3, but y'all were 9-7 before.
Hey, that's progression. I mean, I don't know if I'd rather be the Dak Prescott led Cowboys where you're consistently just middle of the road, getting out of the playoffs, first round, second round. Like, I don't know if I want that. I like
we'll see. Everything
getting better, and going
hey,
all
just
out.
Like just like I was saying, y'all had to get better. Y'all owned it. You feel me? We had CeeDee Lamb and no other receivers. Y'all knew that was not going to be good because you didn't want to rely on Devontae Smith being your number one guy because he probably couldn't do what CeeDee did. So y'all had to go get an AJ Brown to kind of help your squad. You feel me? To make your team even better. Your GM realized realized that Devontae Smith couldn't carry a team like CeeDee Lamb could. You feel me?
No,
so he said,
two
let's
is
go
better
get
than one.
AJ. He said,
Two is
let's
better
get
than one.
AJ Brown. He said, let's go all in and get AJ Brown, and let's do it because we don't want to go through them type of struggles.
Devontae Smith is a dog. Devontae, and we're gonna talk about that later. We're gonna definitely talk about that
No,
later.
sir, he couldn't do what my guy did. That's why
Devontae
your
Smith
guy,
is a
yeah,
dog.
Yeah. And so
If
was my
Devontae
guy.
Smith was on your team, he would be the number one wide receiver.
No, he
easily.
wouldn't.
Easily.
No, he wouldn't.
Easily.
CeeDee would be still the number one because he did numbers. Matter of fact, my quarterback was out 16 games. How many games Devontae Smith been without Jalen
But
Hurts?
y'all tell us that our quarterback ain't even a quarterback.
I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that.
No, I mean, I get
y'all. We say me. Don't say y'all. We talking about me on here. I ain't never said Jalen Smith.
You have said that
I said he likes to
passer.
He is a running and he is a passing running quarterback. He is. Let's not lie about that. He does run the damn ball. Let's not lie about that. But let's not sit there and say that you ain't went out with Jalen Hurts and he's a good quarterback, very good quarterback, and he ain't been without him 16 games, right? My dude been without him 16 games. My starting quarterback 16 games and still putting up great numbers, baby. He done it outside the slot, had top numbers, did it inside the slot, top numbers. You're a more versatile and better receiver when you can play inside and outside.
He can do both. Devontae Smith can do both. Devontae Smith won the Heisman. Devontae Smith won the Heisman, had like 90 catches his rookie year. I mean,
so he didn't have what? He had 90 catches his rookie
year? No, he had a lot of catches. He had 95 catches this last year. That's my fault. I was reading the comment while I was talking.
Yeah, good.
That's my fault. I was reading the comment.
You was getting yourself up, right?
No, I was reading the comment while I was talking, so I read the comment as I was saying.
My guy had almost 1,000 with bum quarterbacks.
My guy had 1,000 last year, almost 1,000 last year too. I think he was like 20 yards. Let me look it up.
But who was your quarterback though?
A great quarterback, LeBron James of the NFL.
Okay, apparently. But we had Andy Dalton, Garrett Gilbert, and Ben DiNucci. But he still turned up though.
That's not our fault. He had 916 last year.
His first 5 games season, he was breaking all type of records from being a rookie and being a regular receiver because Dak Prescott was throwing hella yards and they were going to CeeDee Lamb. Cut it out, dog. The players spoke. 34-100. The players spoke. Next up, Jerry.
But I love how everybody says I'm down talking CeeDee Lamb. I'm not down talking CeeDee Lamb. I'm just saying that Devontae Smith is that good.
No, you do be down talking CeeDee Lamb. You be acting like CeeDee Lamb ain't the truth. So is my dude. My dude's a dog.
Good. He's good.
My dude's numbers every single year has increased every single year.
So have mine. So has
mine increased.
So has mine. We gonna see.
Yeah, we gonna see.
We gonna see. This year gonna tell us a lot, bro. This year gonna tell us a lot.
All I know is CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks gonna cook y'all.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Yeah, I bet you it do.
This is how you know football is back, bro. We just started the show. We already screaming, but how have you been, James?
Yeah, we just talking, but we can get it out. You feel me? That's how heated it is. We're gonna talk about the matchups and all that stuff, but we had to get that off first.
We had to. But it's gonna be fun. I think this year, like we said all off season, this year is definitely gonna be it's gonna answer a lot of questions on both sides, man. Yeah. So it has a college football feel to it because I feel like every week really does matter for the Eagles and the Cowboys. So, one loss for one of us and it's going to be hell on this show. So
it is.
I can't wait. But let's get into this. You want to start with the keys?
Yeah, keys to the game.
All right, so we'll start with the keys to victory. We're going to do both sides, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat already. We got 80 people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, share it. You know what I'm saying? Sharing is caring. I'm sure there's not many people live right now. I worked till like 1 o'clock yesterday, so share it for that. Give me some love.
Exactly. Share smash that like button, big dog.
Yeah, but do you want to start with the Cowboys versus the Giants, or do you want me to start with the Eagles?
We'll start with the Eagles and the Patriots because y'all play first.
Facts. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys my 3 keys, and then he's gonna give you his 3 keys for both teams. So I'm gonna give you mine for the Eagles versus Pats. He's gonna give you his for the Eagles versus Pats, and then the same thing with the Cowboys versus the Giants. So Eagles versus Patriots. Look, this might sound weird. And I know I saw yours. You told me yours already, but I wanted mine's are a little bit more broad because we have more questions at groups instead of like singular matchups, if that makes sense. So like for me, it's the linebackers versus that running game. I know that Ramondre Stevenson is a good player. Zeke Elliott has obviously haunted us before. We'll see what he is, especially as far as what he's going to be utilized as? Because that's really my biggest question. People have been asking me about Zeke all week. Like, well, what do you think he's going to do? And it's like, honestly, I don't know what he's going to be utilized as. Is he going to be just a goal line back? Is he going to be a short yardage guy? Are they going to say, hey, how much do you have in your tank, and let's go out there and ball out? So it really does concern me because I don't know what my linebackers are yet. So I would put Nakobe Dean, and whoever's going to be that starter to the side, because we really don't know if it's going to be Christian Ellis or Zach Cunningham. I'm assuming it's going to be Zach Cunningham. But either way, so my first one is going to be those linebackers versus that run game. That's probably my biggest one right now. Realistically, these wide receivers for the Patriots do not scare me at all, if I'm being 100% honest, and I don't even think that they have Juju. So I'm not afraid of them at all, but I'm going to kind of key in on the linebackers again. And in coverage, I want to see what they're going to be able to do against this duo of tight ends. They got Hunter Henry. They got Gesicki. Those two are good players. Those both are very good players, in my opinion. So I think that's going to tell us a lot. And I want to know what these linebackers are, because Nakobe Dean, while all Eagles fans are very hyped on him, we all think he's going to be
very
great.
Hyped.
He's got to prove it. He's got to prove it. So I'm hoping that he will prove it this week. And I'm hoping that whoever is aside of him, like I said, I think it's going to be Cunningham. I'm hoping he proves it as well. And my last one is going to just be Jalen Hurts, man. Jalen Hurts versus these cornerbacks. I know that they have young cornerbacks. They got a young secondary, but they have a pretty good secondary. I mean, they really do. So I'm going to be looking at that. I'm going to be looking at how Jalen Hurts is affected by the secondary, how he's affected by guys like Matthew Judon. Like, are you going to be the guy you were last year? Are you going to be better? You know what I'm saying? That's like really my biggest thing. I need to see Jalen Hurts continue to get better. We said it last year. Obviously, he took a massive jump, from year two technically to year three.
Year two.
Yeah, because it pissed me off when people said that too, bro.
Year two.
I used to get mad
year
about
two.
that. But it was technically year 2 to year 3. So I want to see what he's improved upon, because going from year 2 to year 3, it was all in the news. You heard him working out with this guy. He was doing this. He was doing that. What are you doing now? Like, what did you work on this offseason? Where are you in your progression and your maturation? So those are my 3. And, we'll talk about predictions later, but I think if those 3 facets of the game go well, I think we'll be fine. I mean, one thing I will say, maybe this is 4, maybe I'm cheating, but the special teams is something I'm looking at as well. I need them to step it all the way up, because our special teams, man, we talk about our safeties, we talk about our linebackers, but our special teams scares the living heck out of me. Outside of our field goal kicker, I'm Jake Elliott to me is one of the best kickers in the league. Right. But our punters I love Aaron Sippis. I hope he's not watching this. I've had him on the show. Really cool guy, but he has not played well. He has not played well at all. And the special teams, as far as returning, as far as even just coverage, it has just been bad. So I need to see that get better for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it starts today.
Hey, great keys to the game from your side. I can definitely see where you're coming from with those keys, but my keys to the game are this: for the New England Patriots to beat or upset the Philadelphia Eagles are, number 1, time of possession. The New England Patriots have to win the time of possession of the game, meaning they have to slow the game down. Obviously, you guys are, I would say, more of a fast break team. You guys can score in waves, and you guys can score very quickly. So that's going to be something that I feel like the New England Patriots are going to have to win. Time of possession is going to have to be huge. Slow the game down. Like you said, running game. Stevenson and Ezekiel Elliott. We're going to see. Can Ezekiel Elliott, he's had a very good career against the Philadelphia Eagles with the Dallas Cowboys. So we see, can he resurrect that? He says he's healthy. Can he resurrect that old Ezekiel Elliott, really grind out? Because we know Ezekiel Elliott can really grind out those yards, right? That's what he was known for. He even mentioned here short yardage situations. But does he get more of a bigger role in this game? I think he may, just because of the situation. Bill Belichick's got to know Ezekiel Elliott, how good he's been against the Eagles. So this is something that he may showcase Elliott. So we'll see about that. Also, just like you said, I think Matt Jones, he's not good under pressure. I think he had like a 35 rating under pressure. He's got to make big plays, and he's got to be smart with the football. He cannot turn the football over for the Patriots to win this game. Okay. They're in New England. The crowd's going to be into it, but he has to protect the ball this game like no other. He can't have any turnovers, and especially any costly turnovers, that are really going to affect the game. So he's got to really protect the ball in this game. And honestly, they really got to work the short game, in my opinion. We know Belichick likes to do that. And I think, we talked about Schuster. I think he has a knee injury. Parker is a little bit alien with the knee injury as well, but they say he's going to play. But they really got to work that short game. You just mentioned Gesicki that came over from the Miami Dolphins. I think they should really look for him in this game if they're really trying to work that offense. Like you said, against the linebackers, Nakobe Dean, we haven't seen him, right? There's a lot of talk about Nakobe Dean and what he can do and what he can, what he could be, but we don't know that. And so my thing is, let's exploit him. If I'm coming from the Patriots side, let's see what he's really about, and let's see what he's looking like in coverage. Zach Cunningham, I think he's a good linebacker in the run game. Not so much, I don't think, in the passing game. So I think that they need to really attack your linebackers, in my opinion, to negate this pass rush. And it's got to be a short passing game, because I feel like this pass rush is going to give Matt Jones fits today. So for them to really counteract that, you got to hit the screen game, got to hit the short passing game. Tight ends must be involved. That has to work. And if we're talking about on the defensive side of the football, turnovers. Defense has to get turnovers a day. Jalen Hurts, somehow, some way, they got to get him to turn the ball over in this game. Make sure keep him in the pocket. Don't let him scramble. Don't let him look for open lanes where he can really, if it's 3rd and 5, he doesn't see anything open, boom, first down run. Those kill you when a quarterback does that to you. It deflates a defense when you're playing great defense and then your quarterback scrambles for a 5-6 yard gain. It really deflates your defense. So they really have to do it. I need for the Patriots, if we're looking on their side of the defense, Matthew Judon, Uche, Christian Barrymore really has to put pressure up that middle. Offensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles is very good. Christian Gonzalez is a guy that me and you both liked coming out the draft. We got to watch him because he is going against a top receiving core. So Peppers, Duggar, Jones, Gonzalez, those guys really have to step up and play in that back end. But pressure from Matthew Judon, I think that's a big matchup. I don't know if he's going against Lane Johnson because he's on the right side, right? Lane Johnson's on the right side. So Matthew Judon and Lane Johnson is going to be the big matchup for me. Who wins that matchup in that game? And I'll be heavily looking out for that. And that's my keys for the game for the New England Patriots to upset the Philadelphia Eagles in week 1.
They could try.
Boy, did that sound professional? Yeah, it did.
That was good. I liked it. They could definitely try. I will say this: the Eagles. It's gonna be weird playing Mike Gesicki because I used to watch him, in Penn State all the time. So it's gonna be a little bit weird him back in Pennsylvania going against us.
Super cool.
Really? Yeah, he's a good player, man. Even when he was coming, I remember when he was with the Dolphins. A good friend of mine is a big Dolphins fan, and I was telling him, I was like, bro, he's gonna be good. I really like him. Just got to get better at blocking. Got to kind of be more of an inline blocker. But if that's not what you need him to be, then he's fine. He's a great pass catcher. Mm-hmm. I like this team. I really do like this Eagles team, and I think that we match up well with the Patriots. But you're 100% right. We're definitely going to have to. The Patriots are definitely going to have to slow this game down because. Mm-hmm. If they let us, we're just going to throw Hail Marys on them all day because I really don't think that they can stop all of our passing weapons. So, and I think that Jalen Hurts does have a little chip on his shoulder this year. I think he's going to go out there and try and prove even more that he's a passer. So, that might be to his detriment. That might be to, his success. We'll see what happens there. But we'll move on over to the Cowboys.
Well, no,
Huh?
Didn't you give your player of the game and your?
Yeah, no, we'll do that separately.
Okay, cool.
So we'll move on over to the Cowboys versus the Giants. I hate the Giants. I'm honestly I hate the Cowboys too, but there's a deep-seated hate for the Giants. My dad was
I feel like that's more of a rival than us, in my opinion. Washington and Cowboys are more the rival, in my opinion. Yeah. And Giants and Eagles are more the rival in my opinion as well, because you guys always have some beef with them.
Yeah, it's historic. It's more historic.
You
know what I'm saying? Like you said, you guys historically have always been kind of beefing with Washington. But me, it's like my whole family. I think my whole family was Giants fans. Mm-hmm. My whole family loves the Giants. Most of my family, I think I was the first actually born in Connecticut. but they were all born in New York. So I had to listen to people talking about the Giants so much. It was so annoying. So I hate the Giants, but again, I want y'all to lose. I'm not gonna lie,
Right.
because I feel like y'all the bigger threat. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see
We
what
are
happens.
the bigger threat. Don't
You
feel
know,
it.
and
We
shout out
are.
to Jalen Barty. Jalen Barty like knows so much about our team. It's actually
Hey, no,
impressive.
Jalen Barty's a beast. He's a football connoisseur.
Oh, word. I respect it. He knows all about the Eagles, but everything he's saying, I ain't really worried about. He's talking about the rookies. That's one thing. Before you get into the your keys, that's one thing I want to kind of dispel. I don't feel like the Eagles are relying on rookies. I think that they have
Oh, y'all
rookies.
are.
I don't think so. I think we have rookies in positions that they are kind of nurtured by veterans. Like your safeties are kind of protected by your cornerbacks and your good defensive line. Your linebackers are kind of protected by your decent secondary and your good defensive line. So it's not like we have a rookie quarterback or a rookie, whole off defensive line. Like we have a lot of good veterans that I think are going to help, these young players kind of move along. So I'm personally against the whole idea that we're relying on rookies. Yes, we're gonna have some young guys that
You
need to
are
do their
relying on
thing.
rookies, though. If we really look at your front line, Brandon Graham's a year old. I mean, he's like 37 years old now. Yeah, he's a good veteran for your team. Fletcher Cox is a good veteran for your team to lead these young guys. But you're relying on the Jalen Carters. You're relying on the Nolan Smiths. You're relying,
Not necessarily. They're not even starting.
dog, Jordan Davis. Those guys
Jordan
that
Davis
those guys that you have drafted, you are relying on them. Y'all need Jalen Carter to really turn up this season. Stop that. That's
So
a
if
whole
Jalen
bunch of
Carter
cap.
doesn't get 10 sacks, or like what is him going off, because he's going to be in a rotation.
He's going to be on the rotation, but what you're sitting there saying that y'all not relying on him this year, that is not true. Yes, you are.
I don't think
He was
we
a
are.
top 10 pick.
What's relying then? Maybe we have to define that. What is
I'm gonna say
relying on?
relying is because you do want to get sacks from him. You do want
Yeah.
him to be able to blow up that pocket. You do want him to be able to put pressure on that offensive line. That's one of the reasons why y'all took him that high. No matter what people were saying on the off field, y'all still took him, and he could have fell maybe even farther. Y'all took him based on the ability of what y'all saw of him in college. He was a game record. That's what y'all want him to do coming into the NFL. So you are relying on him. You are relying on a Jordan Davis who's only in a year or two. You are relying on a Nolan Smith to give you pressure outside on that pocket because of Sam Reddick. You just said, I heard some people in the streets say he's severely underpaid now, because if you look at the way the numbers are going with the defensive end position, he may want more money. So you may be relying more on these young guys. You get what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like you are relying on your young guys.
Who was that you said wanted more money?
Maybe Hassan Reddick may want more money because he's seeing the new guys. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He might be drastically underpaid in his opinion from what he just did, and that might be something that who knows if you guys keep him after that. You get what I'm saying? So you're relying on a Nolan Smith to come in, and if he really turns up, it can really change maybe your perception and thought of what you want to do with him.
Yeah. I mean that's very true, and that's something I haven't really been wanting to talk about, because that's probably like end of the year talk, in my opinion. I don't think they'll be talking about that till like the off season, but it definitely could happen. And I think that they drafted with that in mind. We always go for defensive line, but I agree, we do want our rookies to produce. And I think especially the first two, if Sidney Brown is good, I think that's a bonus, but especially a Jalen Carter and a Nolan Smith, I think that I think rely is like a really strong word, though. Maybe I'm just hung up on that, because I don't think if they have a bad season, or they have that kind of, welcome to the NFL moment where they're slowly learning, I don't think we'll be trash. You know what I'm saying?
You won't be trash, but I just feel like what we're saying is, I'm not just saying, hey, if you don't get these guys working, you're not going to be successful. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is you guys need those guys to be good this year.
No, I respect that. Shout out to the 130 people in the chat, man.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to get into the Giants versus the Cowboys.
Let's get into it.
So what are your key matchups for that? And then our keys to victory, I should say.
Well, my keys number one to victory are this. We need to establish the run game with Tony Pollard, Rico Dowdell, and Deuce Vaughn. I feel like he's going to be active in this game. He's definitely going to give us an element of the game, and I definitely think that they're going to use him in this game. But Tony Pollard, I think, number one, great news that we got Tyler Smith and Tyron Smith both traveling to the game, and that was a huge kind of we're thinking, are we going to have our full, starting front line? Is that going to happen? They're both going to be in that game. Now, are they go both be 100%? That's an unknown. So that's going to be something to keep your eye on. But Pollard, especially Rico Dowdell, because obviously Ezekiel Elliott is over with the Patriots, right? Rico Dowdell is the guy that a lot of people have been wanting to see. I've been wanting to see, but he's been on the injury front. I feel like he's a hard runner. Maybe not the hard runner like Ezekiel Elliott is, but he puts his nose in the pile. He runs hard. He runs hard up the middle. He can break it to the outside. He can pass, block. He can catch it out the backfield. He can do everything that you really want, and he has good size as a running back. I think he's going to be okay because he's going to need to get those tough yards in this game today, and I think he will. So establishing the running game, number one. Limiting turnovers. Obviously, if you win the turnover battle, most likely you're going to win the game, right? Yeah. But we need to limit our turnovers as far as, and the reason why I said this, and not on knock on Dak Prescott, but we understand that he had a lot of interceptions last year, so he just needs to protect the ball this game, okay? Make good decisions. He's been a giant killer. He hasn't lost to the New York Giants since 2016. But when I keep on hearing those type of things, I feel like it's a bad omen because we always hear, oh, he hasn't lost against these guys in forever, and then something happens. So you feel me? So you won 10 straight, continue, because he's demolished the Giants and passing like no other. But limit the turnovers. I feel good about that. On the defensive side, keep Daniel Jones in the pocket, neutralize him. I don't feel like Daniel Jones is really going to kill us in the passing game, but what he will really hurt you is broken plays. If you can force him out the pocket, just like we talked about you with Jalen Hurts on your end with the Philadelphia Eagles, Daniel Jones, when he breaks the pocket, he can run. I think he had 12 rushes for 100 yards against us last year in one game. So that tells you something. Neutralize him in the pocket, make him and keep him as a pocket passer, close that in. You know, when you rush from the edges and you force him up the middle, they got to be able to have stop somebody where he can't get those. If it's a 3rd and 5, he gets those yards. Once again, that's a backbreaker and a killer, especially for the Giants because they're at home and they need that, right? They need those type of plays. So if you can neutralize him, keep him from running, contain him in the pocket. Also, Darren Waller, they got him. He's the darling, right? But he does have an injury with his hamstring. He's listed as questionable, but I believe he plays. We need to see our safeties, linebackers, obviously LVE, J-Ron Curse, Malik Hooker. I feel like Marquise Bell will be in the mix in that, and he's probably going to have somebody that's going to be looking at him. Donovan Wilson's going to be out, so that's a big thing that Wilson's going to be out, but containing Waller because I feel like they're going to go with the short passing game. They're going to be looking at him really over the middle, really on the outside, and they're going to try to make him have one of those 7-8 catch games for 100 yards. Get what I'm saying? Yeah. So contain him. Also, put Jones in 3rd and long. I don't fear Daniel Jones long, and we had a stat on my last show about when he gets in 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, he's absolutely atrocious. So keep him in long, down, and distance. Also, I'm gonna just go with that. That's it right there. I think I hit it all right there.
What's going on with your offensive lineman Tyron Smith? I saw that he's traveling with the team. Do you think he's gonna play?
Yeah, Tyron Smith is playing. Tyler Smith is playing. He had a little small ankle injury, but I heard from some good insiders within the Cowboys that he's good to go. It was nothing big, and he'll be okay. The biggest thing for me was Tyler Smith because he had the hamstring strain. Hamstrings are nothing to play with, so that's something I'm going to monitor all game, even though he's traveling with the team. I can't remember his last name. Y'all know it. Somebody can bring it up. Our trainer with the Cowboys is one of the best in the NFL. So I trust him. If he says he's ready to go, he's ready to go. But once again, we're talking about a hamstring. Anything can happen. Left and right lateral movements, always tough on a hamstring. So I'm just going to monitor that. But we need all our offensive line because we're going to get a tough defensive front. Dexter Lawrence. You're talking about Leonard Williams, Kayvon Thibodeau, and also who else are we talking about on that defensive line? They got somebody else. It's coming to me right now. Olajere. That's a good front four. And when we talk a little bit later, we'll talk about those matchups. But that's a good front four. And my thing is, if we neutralize that defensive front four, we win the game.
Yeah, Azeez Ojulari is the guy. The Eagles actually, a couple of it, like our senior scout wanted him really bad. You remember that the video that went kind of viral during the draft where Howie Roseman was trying to dap everybody up, and he got he got left hanging by one of the guys.
Yeah.
It was because Azeez Ojulari, that's who he wanted to draft. But we ended up taking Milton Williams, I believe that's who it was. But either way, yeah, for me, honestly, it's pretty darn simple. I'm gonna be 2,000% honest with you. I think the Giants. I was about to say the Eagles. The Giants have to just utilize that run game and short passes to death. Like you have to, like you said, time of possession is going to be really big for y'all, for them as well. I think that if you keep the ball out of the Dallas Cowboys' hands on offense, you have a very, very good chance of winning this game. I don't think Waller is going to be that big of a difference for them because Waller is a guy that needs a quarterback that can really air it out. He's a very good athlete and he can get down the field, but DJ isn't a guy that I think is going to be throwing it 50, 60 yards down the field on a normal basis. So, and he's already hurt. So who knows what's going to happen there. But I'm looking at Daniel Jones to really just slowly, methodically try and move it down the field, whether that be quick slants, whether that be screens, whether that be just simply the run game. You have to utilize that. Their offensive line, I believe, is a little beat up as well, if I'm not mistaken. I thought that they had a couple injuries there. But either way, you have to try and slow this game down. I think that's really, you're not going to beat them on defense. I really don't think that. The Giants have a good defense. Last year, they were a lot better than I think a lot of people thought they would be. But you're not going to beat them on defense. You have to beat them on offense. You have to win the game by just basically having the ball last, having it for the whole time. If I had to be, 100% real here, I really do not think the Giants have much of a chance. But they might come out here and surprise people. Who knows? It's not going to be they went out there and just. And I might be wrong. Like you said, sometimes you say it and it sounds stupid and you get proven wrong. But I don't think if they win, it's because they outscored you. You know what I'm saying? Right, I think it's because they just held on to the ball. Obviously, you have to outscore them, right? But yeah, what I'm trying to say is I don't think that it's going to be a shootout. I don't think they're going to be sitting there saying, oh, we put up 40 on the Cowboys. It's going to be 20-17. You know what I'm saying? 17-10 if the Giants are able to pull it out. So make this an offensive but slow, methodical game. Make it a boring game for fans. That's basically what you need it to be. Make it a very boring game for fans. And I think they have a sliver of chance. But I don't know. I think the Giants overperformed like crazy last year. So I really don't think that they're going to be that good. We'll see what happens. It's hard to really give keys to victory as far as like how they can beat you because it really only comes down to one thing. It really comes down to, are you going to be able to keep the ball out of Dak's hand? Like you said, Dak Prescott has went crazy against the Giants on a consistent basis. So I don't see them winning, but if they are to win, it's going to be a slow game. It's going to be reliant on, their running game. Saquon, it's going to be reliant on short passes. And I really don't think Darren Waller is going to be a big impact. I could be wrong. I just don't see it happening. I don't think he really fits that offense, if I'm being honest. And I haven't made a big statement about it. I haven't made a big to-do about it because I think they'll realize that after like 1 or 2 weeks. So I think Darren Waller was probably the most overrated pickup this offseason. I don't think he's that good. I think he's good, but I don't think he's good. But what they're trying to do.
Yeah, but he's good with a passing quarterback, and that's not what Daniel Jones is. That's not what Daniel Jones is. Because he looked great because Derek Carr can throw the ball. You feel me? Derek Carr is not running the ball. Derek Carr is a guy who's throwing out of the pocket. Daniel Jones is a guy who's running the ball. Nobody is fearing, even though Daniel Jones did throw the ball better this past season, nobody's fearing Daniel Jones cooking them up in the passing game. That's just what it is.
Facts. So, like I said, I don't think that there's many ways the Giants can win, but there is probably. I love their coach, so it's going to come down to him figuring this out. Dabble's a very good coach. It's going to come down to him just figuring out what's going to stop that offense, what's going to keep that offense off the field, because that's, to me, their only hope. Like I said, maybe I get proven wrong and they go out there and put 40 up on you. I'd love to see that.
That's not happening.
I would love to see that.
That's not happening.
Yeah, let me ask you this question before.
No 40 on us, dog.
Let me ask you this question before we move on to the next subject. If you guys lost, what would the feeling be?
I would just be like, you know what, Giants at home, crazy crowd. It would depend how we lost. I think it depend how we lost. I don't see a blowout. If it was something like a blowout, I'd absolutely be stunned. I would be stunned. Yeah, I don't know what I would think if that happened. If it was an eke out victory where they won at the last second, I really just say, week 1, our guys didn't play, first game. But really, honestly, I'm going to just keep it real, dog. Just the fact that we beat them that many times is the only reason why it stays in my head that they could possibly pull an upset, just because we beat them that many times and people keep talking about it. And when people keep talking about those type of things, weird things happen in the air, but I just don't feel like that happens tonight.
I respect that. Yeah, if the Eagles barely lost, I would sit there and be upset, and I would, probably be on the same kind of train like it's week 1. They just didn't go out there and
You went to
perform.
New England, Bill
Exactly.
Belichick.
Exactly. There's a
You know
lot
what
of
I'm saying?
things.
There's
But
be a lot of factors.
if we
But
got
you
blown
wouldn't.
out now,
You're like, hold up.
James, I'm sick. I don't know if we could do best.
Right. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. If there was a blowout, I'm like, okay, now what's going on here? Because there's no way that should happen on both our teams. There should be no reason, no way in hell that the Patriots blow y'all out. There's no way in hell that the Giants should blow Dallas out. That's just should not happen.
Facts. And shout out to Trey that's in my chat. He's talking mad. Trey Fargo. He's talking mad.
Trey goes hard.
Yeah, he's going to
keep it respectable though.
Exactly.
Right?
I was just about to say that is the way you want it. I'm okay with it.
Though.
I'm cool with it.
Trey is always
talking
respectful.
football.
That's my dog. He's always talking football. He'll talk hella trash to you, but he talks football and he's very respectful. That's why I give my people's respect and props.
Yeah, no, I'm cool.
We do it the right way.
Cool with it. It's funny in the chat right now. That's the only reason I bring it up. I love seeing this chat go off. So the next thing I wanted to do, I wanted to ask, and obviously I'll give one as well. What's one player, one op, right? One op that you got to watch. What's one player on the Giants team that you looking at and being like, he could change the game for them? Maybe help the Giants beat us. So is there a player that you're looking at on the Giants?
Hell yeah. Kayvon Thibodeau. I've been screaming that name from the here to the Himalayas. Because number one, we already have Tyron Smith with the ankle injury, right? Although we heard it's not serious, it's Tyron Smith. He's hurt every year. He's hurt guy. That's what he is. He hasn't been healthy since 2016. So you're talking about 7 years where he's been on the mend, and he is. I don't care. People get mad and frustrated he is still a very good left tackle, Joe. Right?
Definitely.
He puts his hands on you. You're not getting away from him, right? But the problem is he has problem with the speed rushers now because his hips. He's lost some of the athletic ability. He's lost some of that twist and turn with the hips. Speed rushers give him problems. So that's the key matchup to me in this whole damn game. They got Dexter Lawrence. They got Leonard Williams. Those are dogs. But if Kayvon Thibodeau gets crazy in this game on that left side and gets off that edge and is creating havoc because he can do speed to power, power to speed. He has a toolbox. You feel me, Joe? We need to neutralize him. He cannot have a big game. He cannot have a game wrecking. He not 2 sacks. We cannot have that because if he gets off, I feel like it will ignite the whole team. In my opinion, Joe, if he gets off, he will ignite that defense. So he needs to be contained. In my opinion, he cannot get off. Tyron Smith has to have a fountain of youth game, turn back the clock game, neutralize him. Because if he's neutralized, I feel really good about the Cowboys. But he's the number one op to watch.
He needs to have a Lane Johnson type of game, right? Because that boy don't let nobody go by him. I'm saying,
hey, I give Lane Johnson his props. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate on no Lane Johnson. He's a beast. He's a dog. I don't got nothing bad to say about Lane Johnson. I keep it real. He definitely could be a Hall of Famer when he retires.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's close for me. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Like defensively, I'm looking at Christian Gonzalez because I think that Jack Jones is hurt, so he's gonna probably be like their main guy. I think he's very good. So, hopefully he doesn't go crazy. But the guy that I really think the Eagles need to be careful with is going to be Ramondre Stevenson. Maybe Zeke if he's, getting the carries. But I think Ramondre is a guy that they're going to really try and push because that's the only thing that you can look at this defense and be like, maybe that's their weakness. Because, like the linebackers, that's the only place that I can see them maybe having a little bit of an upper hand. Them saying, let's just try and pound the rock with Ramondre Stevenson. Let's, slow this game down, keep the ball away from Jalen Hurts and that offense, and that would get me nervous because I think that if they're able to do that, if he goes out there, has 5 yards a clip, and
Yeah,
just,
he's
you know what I'm
running.
saying?
It's gonna help
It's
your
yeah.
boy Mac
Exactly,
Jones.
and it'll frustrate our offense. That's the thing.
Hmm.
Like a lot of people don't
Time of
realize
possession.
exactly that frustrates our offense. That frustrates Nick Sirianni. That frustrates Jalen Hurts. They want to be on the field. That
Mhm.
frustrates AJ Brown, Devontae. Like these guys get antsy. You know what I'm saying? Any
Mhm.
team does. Any offense would. They want to be out on the field. They want to make differences. So I think that if you're able, and I've said this before, I said it about your team, I'll say it about mine. If you're able to slow our offense down in the form of just not giving us the ball, you have a very good shot. You have a very good shot. And special teams, their return guy last year was the number 1 return man in the league. And I told you our our special teams is not good, bro. So if you want to talk about sparking a team, that guy can spark. I forget his name. I think it's Davenport, something like that. But he can spark their team. He can definitely spark their team. Special teams, you look at the Super Bowl, and depending on what you want to blame, there's a bunch of different things you can look at the Eagles and say that lost us the game. But that punt, and the coverage, the kick return coverage, all that summed up to us not being the best us. And if Aaron Sippis, who we just elevated to the starting roster, which we all kind of knew it was going to come, if he's not able to do his job and be a good punter when we need him to be, it can definitely ruin the game. If they're working on short fields the whole game, it's not going to be an easy day for our defense. And even on the other side of that special teams, if we're not returning the ball, if we're not, you know what I'm saying? If we're not putting our offense in good spots or putting our defense in good spots, it's going to be a long day for the Philadelphia Eagles. And Eagles fans have not talked about it enough this offseason. Now they're starting to talk about it because we're here. But that is probably our biggest weakness. And yeah, but our biggest op to watch to me is Ramondre Stevenson. I know I just went on a whole tangent of things I'm worried about, but I'm not as nervous as I make it sound. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just know these are the things that if we lose, that's probably going to be the reason. It's probably going to be special teams, or it's going to be Ramondre Stevenson just
It's going to be the running game.
Ball.
It's going to be Ramondre Stevens and Ezekiel Elliott having over 100 yards against your defense.
Exactly. And we can't let that happen. I want to dominate. I really, truly want to dominate. I will be a little bit miffed, a little bit disappointed if the Eagles don't dominate, because I think we're a way better team on paper. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. Now, I want to do final score prediction, and then we'll get into the MVP of the game, our prediction for the MVP. For the Eagles and Patriots, I've been saying it for a couple weeks, so I want to kind of keep it, a little bit consistent. I've been saying 34-17. I'm going to go with that. I think the Eagles go, and I think that's a dominant game. I think maybe it starts off a little slow, but second half we start to really pick it up and we get it going. So I'm going to say that we go out there and we win 34-17.
Okay. I mean, I can't really go against your prediction. I'm hoping for the upset, but in my heart, I feel like that's what the game is really going to be. In my opinion, I feel like the Eagles jump on them quick, and it's just a long day for the Patriots. But hopefully in our football god world, they listen. But on my prediction for score, it's going to be 27-17. I've been sticking true with that for the whole week. I'm going to stay with that. I feel like it's going to be a tough game, tougher than a lot of people expected. Everybody like, oh, they got Daniel Jones and all that. Yeah, I know all that. But these Giants are geeked up. They're geeked up to beat the streak. They're going to be in New York. They feel like they got a better team, and I feel like they're going to be playing on that. And they play just a lot harder because of that. Emotion can carry you for at least the first half, right? And they have talent too. So I feel like it. And when we look at our Giants-Cowboys games, we haven't just blown them out. We beat them like in the last fourth quarter, of games. It's not like we stomped them from first quarter on. They've been in the game pretty much throughout the games that we beaten them, even when we had these long streaks. So I feel like this will be another tough grind out game. We pull away in the second half, and the Cowboys are victorious. I feel like the Giants will kind of play out of their mind. Maybe get a 14-7 lead, feel good about themselves. But at the end of the day, we come out on top, and our offense and Dak Prescott shows them why we're have that 10-game win streak on them.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, Dak Prescott, doesn't
I mean,
regress.
he
If
ain't
he
regressing.
regresses,
He's a giant killer.
he
And
doesn't
also, and
regress.
actually, we're also looking at that Sunday night flyer that they put out there with Daniel Jones on the front and making Micah Parsons
Yeah,
and
that
Dak
was
Prescott.
so
That's
disrespectful.
wild. That's wild. Like y'all really talking about Daniel Jones? Okay, that's what's up. And that's gonna come to my MVP of the game when
Yeah.
we do talk about that because I know my dog saw that.
Yeah, that was so disrespectful. I was like, bro, why would you do that, Giants? Why would you do that, New York? Like, bro, I can see the Eagles doing some stuff like that because one, we're petty, and two, we
And Giants,
we
you
have a
ain't
better
did
matchup.
nothing. You ain't did nothing. Y'all coming like that?
That's what I'm
Okay, that's what's
saying.
up. That's what's up.
Hey, I respect their social
I don't
media team
respect
for
that.
putting that up. I respect that.
I don't
That's
respect
gangster.
that, especially when y'all ain't won shit. Has
Yeah, nah,
have some humbleness. Y'all
that
been
takes
getting y'all
cojones.
ass kicked since 2016. Y'all coming like that? Okay, that's what's up.
That takes some cojones, man. If they go out
Mhm.
there and win, though, that thing gonna age very well. But if they lose, I don't know about how that's gonna age. That's gonna
Yeah.
age like
Oh no,
milk.
we gonna trust me. We gonna be all on their social media.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad for them. So, like you said, let's get into the player of the game, man. And then we have one more topic. I didn't realize how like I didn't realize we're already almost at an hour, but but
Yeah.
today's going by pretty quick. Shout
Mhm.
out to the 150 people we got in the chat, man. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. Like we said, we usually do this Saturday at 10 a.m. But today we wanted to do something a little bit special. But yeah, so next week just be ready for the Saturday coming
Right.
back.
Week 1 special.
Yeah, week 1. So now we got the players of the game. Now I'll start with my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Devontae Smith didn't have a catch. He didn't have a single catch last year in week 1. He went on to
Wow.
he went on to
Big.
go break the franchise record for receptions. So that
That's
is
pretty big.
that's very impressive from Devontae Smith. So I'm gonna go with the opposite of last year. I think that last year he didn't get the ball. I think that we will make it a point to get him started early this year. And I think that he's gonna go off this year. I really do. I think that maybe 5-6 catches, somewhere in the neighborhood of like 75 plus yards, and I'm thinking multiple touchdowns. I think he walks out of the day with 2 touchdowns. So I'm going to give my player of the game to Devontae Smith. I think this is his year to really show a lot of people who he is. I've been saying a lot of good things about him, and I think it's time for him to really just have his coming out party. So I'm going with my player of the game, D. Smith, the Heisman winner. Yeah, I'm saying the prettiest route runner in the game right now. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I'm taking Devontae Smith.
I'm gonna let you get your flowers off because I'm gonna get my flowers off here in a second too. So I ain't mad at your Devontae Smith prediction because I feel like that could definitely happen in this game. He's going against some Christian Gonzalez. If he's guarding Devontae Smith, I feel like you might get a bad introduction to the NFL, but we'll see about that. But my player of the game is the man who's flexing on that screen right there, flexing. Flex. Time to have
that was the only
sex.
picture I could find.
You know what I'm saying? But it's the best picture. It's the best picture for you to find right now. My guy, Micah Parsons, he don't play that. He been talking Super Bowl all season, been training all season, training with the greats. I don't want to talk about nothing else. Somebody said, what's your thing of the season this year? Super Bowl or bust? If we don't win the Super Bowl, the whole season's a failure. That's what I'm talking about, Micah Parsons. That man's on Super Bowl or nothing else. And that man is trained like no other. 13 sacks first year, 13 and a half his second year. Now he's going ham. I'm going to say he get the 20 sacks. I ain't predicting, but you could definitely get that 20 sack season. Your third year is when you go ham, when you go off. So my player of the game, 3 sacks, Micah Parsons, because I remember last year when D. Law played against Evan Neal, that rookie, and he tore his butt up for 3 sacks, and D. Law is only a okay pass rusher. The defensive player of the year this year starts his campaign on week 1 with 3 sacks, 5 tackles, and hey, I'm going to say he gets a strip sack fumble on Daniel Jones as well. My dog, Micah Parsons, the Lion never sleeps. He never rests. He's going ham. He heard the noise, and how dare you put him as a little person over Daniel Jones? He just seen that. You don't think Micah Parsons, who's on social media, didn't see that?
Oh, he mad.
You know he's seen that. You know he mad, and that's all we needed. See, there's certain guys. He's like Tupac. See, when you said something about Pac, he came back hard on you in the album. Name just came back going hard, didn't give a hell, and that's what Micah Parsons doing this damn game. Micah Parsons going crazy because we can't take that disrespect from no damn Giants and no Daniel Jones. Let's get it, baby.
Parsons, Micah. Is he going to be at linebacker or defensive?
He being everywhere. He going to be DN. He going to be linebacker. He going to be wherever the matchup is where y'all weak at, or if y'all feel like y'all strong at, because he was destroying your line last year. He going to do it this year. And guess what? He's at your house. You don't think he wants to turn up in your house? Hell yes. He about to go crazy, dog.
Shout out to the comments in here be hilarious, bro. Your side is hilarious. I'm not gonna cap. Trey, I don't know why they didn't block you. I think they timed you out. I'm sorry about that.
Because they
got upset.
Trey was bringing that fire.
Yeah, he got to.
Yo got flame, but he was being respectful. Yo got fire. He was coming with too much real stuff.
Nah, he was talking out his ass. He was talking out his butt, but you know,
they said, "Hey, time out. We ain't gonna keep listening to that over here."
Yeah, they got mad. You ain't blocked though, Trey. I promise you ain't blocked. I think somebody timed you out, but my side don't block nobody. You know,
yeah, he did. It hurt their feelings when you said 1 and 3.
They was mad. Yeah, 1 and 3. Yeah, that's when they. It is what it is. But no, that was hilarious. But hey, that was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. I can't hate on it. Micah Parsons. I'm not gonna say nothing about Micah Parsons, but I will say this: if I closed my eyes, I could have swore you were talking about Hassan Reddick. So
you was not talking about no damn Hassan Reddick, bro. See, Joe, you don't get hyped up from your people. Now you know who's better. Now stop that.
Hey, I think they're a lot closer than we want to.
No, we're not. Stop.
They're a lot closer than we want to give them credit.
Okay,
right now.
No, they're not right now.
I think they're a lot closer. I mean, Micah Parsons is probably going to get better.
No, you're sitting there. Okay, here's the thing. You said right now. So maybe I'm not even going to take that, but I'll take a little bit of it because Hassan Reddick how old is Hassan Reddick? 29?
Yeah. No, he's like 28.
28. My guy is 23, just turning 23.
Exactly. So he's going to get better.
He's going to get way better. This is the next 3-4 years. I'm saying this right now. You heard it on Best of Enemies. I said it again. I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. These next 3 to 4 years, Micah Parsons stays healthy. No major injuries, no nothing. He will be the best player in the league, period.
Yeah. I mean, I agree that the career for Micah Parsons, when all said and done, is probably going to have way more accolades, way more stats than Hassan Reddick, because Hassan Reddick didn't really start being dominant till, his third, fourth year. So, I mean, I agree. I ain't gonna lie. Micah's a dog, bro. I can't ever say, I know my subscribers hate when I say that. I know your
Eagles hate saying that.
I know they hate
and they lying to themselves. They don't want to say it either because they want to be so Philly. And I get it. I understand it. But y'all know deep in your hearts, Micah Parsons is that dude, and he's about to be that dude for the next 3 or 4 years in this whole NFL. Watch and see me. Y'all know it. Y'all just lying to yourselves, and y'all don't want to admit it, but y'all know.
Before we get into this last topic, right? Because this is gonna probably be us just kind of doing our final little rant, which I love.
Eagles Playback Podcast said, "I'm sorry, he's overrated." Oh yeah, I can't listen.
Micah Parsons?
Yeah,
Micah Parsons ain't overrated. Micah Parsons ain't overrated.
Yeah, I don't listen.
I mean, I respect it. This is the time to talk that junk. I respect. This is the time to talk that junk, and he hasn't done anything against the Eagles.
That's a
he
whole
definitely
lie.
didn't do nothing against the Eagles.
That's a whole lie.
What he do against the Eagles?
He put hella pressure on y'all.
He ain't get one sack against the Eagles.
Sacks are everything, though, right?
I'm just saying he ain't get one sack.
True. Sacks aren't everything. He had hella pressures in that game. He was all on Jalen Hurts both games. That's a whole lot.
Gardner Minshew put up like 30 on him.
No, I'm sorry. Gardner Minshew did put 30 on him, but that doesn't mean he wasn't in that backfield putting pressure. I can pull up tape. It definitely happened, and you know it, so don't lie.
He said if Parsons overrated, then Jalen Hurts is a running back. I'm tired of y'all. I'm so tired of y'all in this chat, man. It's too early.
Y'all act like sacks is everything. I love sacks too. Sacks are very important, but when you're putting pressure, he's a total package. Pressures. He was one of the top players and pressures in the league the last 2 years. Factual. He had more tackles than Hassan Reddick, factual. He had more tackles for loss than Hassan Reddick, factual.
I want to ask, because you know me, you know I like to be at least fair. I like to be unbiased as possible. I want to know Eagles playbook while we're doing this last bit or segment, whatever you want to call it. He said, all my life he is. This is not ESPN. I'm not going to deride him. Tell me in the comments why you think he's actually overrated, because I actually want to hear this. Because if you really think that, I would love to know why. Because I really don't think so. So
yeah, I want to hear that too. And,
yeah,
and
all
don't,
jokes aside,
don't come
I mean,
with some foo-foo stuff.
Yeah, I just want to know. Because he has a show. I know he has a show.
Ooh,
so
good.
you know what I'm saying?
So, yeah,
like, hey, we can. If you give me a good reason, we might have to have you on here. We might have to have that conversation.
You can bring him on. There is no good reason.
You know, hey, we
said
gonna see.
TJ Watt, Bosa, and Reddick are better than him. I'm not listening to this guy anymore. I'm sorry. Don't bring him on.
I'm sorry,
don't bring him on. I don't mean to disrespect.
Bosa fell off last year. I don't know why he won.
I ain't even being disrespectful, but no, you're not coming on here. You saying that? You ain't coming on here.
He said, I gotta disagree too. Yeah, I gotta kind of disagree. I'll let you know, bro. I'm gonna go check out the channel.
Shout out to you, dog. But you ain't
I think that's
over here
Quezzy. I think that's Quezzy who runs that, if I'm not mistaken. If it's
Quezzy, hey, I got mad love for you, Quezzy, but you talking out the side of your neck, and you ain't coming over here with that.
Yeah, we could definitely agree to disagree there, but it is what it is. I'm gonna stop talking nice things about Micah Parsons. Let's go on to something that gonna make me feel better about being an Eagles fan, and then we'll get the heck out of here. Let y'all guys enjoy some football.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to answer this question, and I want everybody in the comments answer the question as well. If you're a Cowboys fan, if you're a Eagles fan, shoot, there might be some Giants fans out here, some Patriots fans out. I think there's a Patriots fan in my chat for some reason. But I want to know, and you can start this off if you'd like, James, or I could start it off. It's up to you. But my team will win because ... Those dots are our answer. You know,
you started off because y'all play first.
I got you. So look, I said it before. The Eagles need to dominate this game, but why I think my Eagles will win this game is because I think that we're a well-rounded team. We can run the ball on you. We can pass the ball on you. We can stop you defensively. We can score defensively. I think that we can do really whatever we need to do, and I think we can do it at a high level. I also think that if you look at this team, everybody's been talked about, you know, from Jalen Hurts to Devontae Smith to, you know, Aaron Sippis to Britton Covey. All these guys, whether it's from Eagles fans or from fans of other teams, they have targets on their back. James Bradbury's been talked about, had a great year, but had that one holding call, and it's nothing else was talked about this whole offseason. All these guys have a huge chip on their shoulder. This Eagles team, I feel like, is built to go against all the narratives. I feel like you look at the veterans, you look at the rookies, the way that they've been able to mesh, the way that they've been able to work together this offseason to get better. I think that everything is lining up for the Philadelphia Eagles to fulfill their destiny, which we fell just short of last year. So one step, and I said it last week, right? I said it. The reason we will win this, we will win the NFC East, is because it's another step. The reason we will win this game is because it's another step. So go out there, be the team that you're supposed to be, which is the better team, right? Go out there and be the 14-3 team we saw last year. And I think they'll have no problem doing that. Again, maybe it starts off a little slow, but I have all the faith in this team that they will answer the call, because right now people are talking. People do not believe in the Philadelphia Eagles as much as some people want to make it seem like. There's a lot of people doubting individuals, doubting the team, doubting the coach, whatever it wants to be, doubting the new coaches. All these people have a target on their back, and Eagles fans are one. And I know you can say this. Our fan base does not shut the heck up. So if you do not go out there and give us the product, if you do not go out there and give us the product that we want to see, we are not going to shut up about it. So the Eagles know that. I think the players know that. I think the staff knows that. So it's time to go out there and just win this game, man. That's it.
Well, if you're calling them me, my team will win because we're the better team. We're better than the Giants. I'm not saying the Giants are a bad team at all. Please don't come at me like that. I definitely feel like the Giants are a pretty decent team, but we're better than the Giants, and we're on the march. We're tired of hearing the naysayers. We know it's been a long time. We know it's been 27 years, but hey, it ain't easy to get to the Super Bowl and win Super Bowls. Go look at the history. Go look at the quarterbacks that are in the league right now. I think there's only 3 of them that are in the league that got Super Bowl victories. So that should tell you right now, it's not easy to get there. It's a tough way to go. But guess what? We got a mantra coming right now from my guy, Mike McCarthy. And I don't know if I'm saying this right. Carpe Omanaya. Seize everything. Seize everything. And this is the year for us to seize everything. I know people going to hear us say, you're saying the same old story, dog. You say it every damn year. But ain't you supposed to say it every year when you want to try to win a championship? Your goal is to win a championship every year. So we're not going to back down from that just because we haven't won it in 27 years. We're not going to run away from it just because that's the thing that people live on. And when they come against us, we get it. We understand it. We eat it. But we're going to shut the naysayers up. We're going to quiet the noise. We're going to come over there. We're in an all-in season, seize everything, seize the moment. That's why we're going to win. We're in New York. We're in Giant Stadium. They came disrespectful. They're feeling themselves, and we're going to stomp y'all. We're going to eat y'all up. Micah Parsons is going to dominate. That defense is going to dominate, and we're going to show you why we are going to be the NFC East champions of this year, and there will be no back-to-back repeat champions, and that streak will still go on for over 20 years. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
Sound like Michael Irvin out there, baby.
It's that time, man. It is that time. We are so close. Unfortunately, both of us have to wait. Unfortunately, the Eagles and the Cowboys have to wait. We got to wait till 4:00. You guys got to wait even longer. So I know you'll be watching the Eagles play and everything.
I know
you're
watch. I'm not
you're
gonna
be
lie.
watching.
I ain't
I'll
gonna
put
cap.
that.
But you will be all your Eagles content creators will all be watching my Cowboys, commenting on your Twitter, talking the whole damn game about us. You will.
I will. I know I will.
Y'all are obsessed with us.
I ain't obsessed. It ain't obsession.
Yes, you are. Yes,
not
you are.
me. Not me.
You're
like
not,
you said, we're talking about. We talking about right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna say you was obsessed, but you will definitely tweet about us. But we got some of your top guys that are obsessed about us, and that's the truth.
Why you ain't gonna watch this no more, Antonio Holmes? What's wrong, brother? What do we do? I don't know if he's even talking about us, to be honest.
Hey, if that's the case, bye.
Hey, nah, I don't even think he was talking about us. I don't know what he's talking about. I was just joking. But either way, man, it's that time, bro. It's that time. I don't care. The Eagles got to worry about the Patriots. The Cowboys got to worry about the Giants. The Giants got to worry about themselves not getting it. And who does even watch it?
I like what hit the 803 hit me. He said we obsessed with y'all. That was funny. That's funny.
Obsessed with y'all misery. That's facts, though. That's facts. You gotta hate on the Cowgirls. I respect it. I mean, that's all it is.
See, that's another reason why you'll never come on here, and I ain't watching your show ever because you said Cowgirls.
He said Cowgirl. I just read it as Cowboys.
Anybody says Cowgirls, you automatically eliminated from the conversation. That's so elementary. No, can't respect what you say. First you said Michael Parsons is overrated. Then you said Cowgirls. You sound elementary, dog, and I ain't being disrespectful.
Hey, the Eagles gonna go out there and win. Cowboys probably gonna lose. I'll say that right now. I want the Cowboys to get demolished,
and I want y'all to get. I don't need to get y'all demolished. I don't need y'all demolished. I want y'all just upset because if y'all lose, Brunson, I'm after you.
He said, Brunson, I'm after you. All right, Antonio, I feel you, bro. I'll see you Monday, dog. I'm sorry, it's all good. No, I mean, look, it is what it is, bro. At the end of the day,
there we go, Antonio Holmes. What's up?
At the end of the day, I think that this is gonna be a fun day for both of us. I think we'll both walk out of here with a win. So I think our next show is gonna be good. It is what it is. What am I doing? People want me to like scream at you and like cuss you out. I don't know what you want me to do, guys.
We're brothers.
That's my guy. I hate his team.
Give me a high five. Don't y'all see the opening? We're brothers.
Exactly.
We're
step brothers at the end of the day. We hate each other and love each other.
We hate each other, but it's just our teams, but we're brothers. We're happy and we're thinking and we're colored.
Oh, but I want to say something to you before we get out of here, which we're going to get out. I know I'm kind of just letting this go on. But anyways, I want to say this because I thought it was funny. So I'm doing my morning show, right? Yeah. I'm doing the new morning show that I'm doing every morning at 10, and my girl comes in because she's usually up, she's doing her thing, And I'm reading the comments, and people are like, "Oh, this girl's cute. Oh, who's this girl?" And I'm like, "Oh, y'all like flirting in the comments." And then I look, and they're talking to my girl. I'm like, "Bruh, like what y'all doing up in my chat, bro?" I'm like, y'all trying to get me mad up in the but no, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just thought that was funny. I thought you would get a kick out of that. But either way, man, I'm excited. Maybe
I love your Philly people. They give me a lot of good compliments. I love y'all Philly people. I love the good ones. The bad ones,
we got good people in
you
here.
get banned. I love y'all Philly people. I hate your team. Understand this. I hate your team, but I don't hate y'all.
I think
I
we
got mad love for y'all.
I think we banned 3
I know
people
I banned
in
a
like
couple.
3 years. I think we in
I
other
know I
like 2 or
banned a
3
couple.
years. Yeah, I think you did like 2 or 3. I think I did like 1 or 2. So like maybe 5. That's not bad.
Not
That's
bad.
not bad. That's not bad at all.
Not
I'll
bad.
take that.
Not
I'll
bad.
take that.
Not
So
bad.
it is what it is. Y'all doing good. Y'all doing amazing. We love y'all. And we'll be back. Maybe we'll do something midweek, like a little quick little recap of what happened, and then obviously Saturday we'll do our thing. But we'll figure that out. But James, go enjoy your day before you got to go watch these Cowboys lose.
And watch your day, because I know you're gonna be feeling salty as hell. Them Patriots come with
happy.
I will be in your DM.
You see how bright it is back there? You see how bright?
It's gonna be cloudy. Y'all lose.
That's gonna be cloudy. Y'all lose. I will be. I'll be bad as hell if we lose. But either way, if we lose, we're definitely gonna come back on here for at least 10-15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? If either of our, how about we make that agreement? If either of our team loses, after maybe Monday morning or something like that, for 5-10 minutes, we'll come on. We'll let y'all talk y'all junk, and we'll get out of here.
That's
fine. I think that's fair. But if we both win, there's no need to. But
that's fair.
Either way, man. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody in the chat. We still got over $150 in both chats. So be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. We love y'all. But you got anything to say to these beautiful people before we get out of here, James?
No, man, I love y'all, everybody from the Cowboys. I don't love your team, but I got mad love for y'all over there on the Eagles side. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all support us like no other. Fact. You make this one of the top shows out there. There is no other Cowboys, Eagles, best of enemies. We started this. We do this. We are the #1 dogs out there. So if you're coming to any Cowboys, Eagles content, this is where you need to come. Best of enemies. You ain't beating that opening. We're brothers. Y'all ain't beating that. And we come fair. We come real. We are homers for our teams, but we're also realists, and that's what you should love about us. We keep it real all the way around. So support Best of Enemies. That's what I love about y'all. Y'all made this the top show. It's you guys out there supporting us, hitting that smash and that like button. But Joe came with a fire thumbnail.
That was my girl. That was my girl.
Hey, shout out to your girl. Shout out to your girl for the fire thumbnail. Hey, this is it. Best of Enemies, Cowboys, Eagles. Ain't nobody better. Come holler, come support. We love y'all. Peace.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So hit that like, hit that subscribe. We will see y'all very soon if one of our teams loses. But if not, we will see y'all probably on Saturday at 10 a.m. But y'all know what it is. I am Joe, and that is James. And we are the best of enemies.
Peace.
We're brothers. We're happy and